Nigeria, you see that our country is in a total mess. Our senators with American senators, you see that our senators are a mess. If you compare our governors with American governors or the United Kingdom ministers, you see that we don't have anybody to speak for us. So I think the people should sit upright and know how to govern people. Governance doesn't mean how many people you control. It depends on how many people you provide to change their life. If the governor can go to the congregation, whatever they went for, and was promising is to take people to Jerusalem, take people to Jerusalem is not going to change their livelihood. Governor promised that he's going to tar the road from the place he went to the church. He doesn't know that the roads are not tarred for a long time. There must be checks and balances. Compare with what is happening in the football team as well. You see that we talk about football, listen to that. Nothing happens. You put somebody who does not know about sports into the head of administration. In order to not waste your time, please, it is the best time for us to go back to the drawing room. Nothing is working in Nigeria, and we are not happy about this. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Morris. Yes.
All right. Yeah, okay, please, finally, I was saying, on the part of the governor, he is not giving to violence at all. I'm not supporting politically, but I will say this in obedience to my conscience. The governor of Anambra is not violent, just as Dr. Ngige is not violent. I know two of them at the personal level. Having said that, I must say this, that in the last 6 to 8 years, there has been an increasing tendency to drag the church into politics in Anambra State. It was not like this until in recent years. And that is extremely, extremely dangerous. You sometimes see priests saying what they're not supposed to say, getting involved in partisan politics. And this is in defiance of the decree of the Vatican, banning Catholic priests from engagement in politics. If priests get involved in politics, then things will definitely go wrong. And we have seen that particularly in my own state, Anambra. As a word of comparison, it's important that we do not turn Anambra into the Northern Ireland of Nigeria. Northern Ireland did not make progress until the Good Friday peace agreement that stopped the nasty politics between the Anglicans and the Catholics. Another favorite example of mine is Pakistan and India. Pakistan was part of India until 1947, when India became independent. India had been trying to develop, moving, modernizing. Pakistan, on the other hand, which was at the same level as India, since the time of President Zia-ul-Haq, had been involved in politics, promoting religious extremism. As a result, Pakistan has been going down, down, down.
Okay.
Pakistan may not be a failed state, but it's clearly a weak state, on the road to becoming a failed state. India, on the other hand, has become an economic power on the world scale.
All right.
Please, in the case of Anambra State,
yes,
the caller made a point. We are not where we are supposed to be. What should preoccupy the authority should not be sending anybody to Jerusalem, but empowering them so they can become more productive agents of the economy.
Okay,
Member states, excuse me,
sorry,
we have very limited time. Example.
Thank you very much.
Fashion is not become great by sending people to
we will have to move on very quickly because we have so many things we want to discuss. Now, Joe Martins, the Honorable Commissioner, let's very quickly move into the realm of the different banter and words that's being used by people in government and outside of government. What was the reason behind the accusation that there might be a link between the Stampede and the candidate of APC, as said by the governor? What is the link?
Thank you. Let me first of all disabuse the mind of people who say that what the governor ought to give the people there is not a trip to Jerusalem. That place is a prayer ground, and where you submit every activity in religion is by going on a pilgrimage. So that is the high point, that is the ambition. It's just like the Muslims. Any person who doesn't go to Mecca to perform the holy pilgrimage doesn't see himself as al-Hajj. Any Catholic who is a Catholic aspires to go to Jerusalem, which before now is the prerogative and the procreation of the rich. Only the rich can afford going there. But for the governor of a state to come into a prayer ground and give people the wherewithal to go to Jerusalem, you can't fault it. But that's by the way.
Mr. Jamal,
yes.
As you say, that's by the way.
Yes.
But you cannot compare pilgrimage to Mecca to pilgrimage to Jerusalem.
No, we're not comparing them.
Because you did.
No, I
said the ultimate for a Muslim is to go to Mecca.
Yes.
The ultimate for a Christian is not to go to Jerusalem.
I agree.
Now, please make your point.
It's the life ambition of every Christian, but which most of the time is not fulfilled. Let me address the point you raised. You are now talking about the linkage.
Yes.
I'm happy that an independent observer told you that immediately this incident happened, that there were postages in your Facebook.
The posters that were there that he mentioned, that Comrade Attah mentioned, the posters were for two candidates, not one. Why will the governor single out one individual and say there's a link between what happened and possibly the Ngige?
What we are saying is that we have had that adoration all the time. We've had the adoration. We reliably learned from the authorities of the church, from Father Obima, that for that very day we came, there was a desperate attempt by Chris Nwabeze himself to attend the same ceremony on that day.
Chris Nwabeze?
Ngige.
Okay.
Okay? He wanted to attend the same ceremony, and the father said no, because we don't want a clash here.
Okay.
Okay? And since, despite that, the day on Thursday when he went there, no person spoke to him. And there was no APGA person there saying anything. On our own day, we were appointed to appear. And we find people who are... there were posters, but it was his own people that started singing. They wanted to sing. So we are only saying, now that we just left the place, and they posted into the internet all this, that it is only people who are not proper worshippers, people who are not people who came for adoration, that can shout all those.
Sorry to cut in. I'm not getting the kind of answer that gives information that points to the fact that the stampede was at any point in time caused by Chris Ngige's campaign team or anybody that is linked to him.
What we learned was that some people started saying, there is fire here, run.
And those people, were they now saying that it is caused by Ngige?
No,
or
it's investigation that will prove that one. It's an investigation. But we are only saying that if there are people who masquerade themselves as worshippers and came in there, and we've already identified them by their doing things which are unusual about the worshiping place which we are. Because never in the history of the adoration ground have we ever had people saying any other thing except Christ. But in this instance, we found people who came there to sing songs of a political party.
Has the government arrested anybody up till now?
The government has no power of arrest.
No, I mean the police. The police.
I wouldn't know. They are investigating.
So
they are investigating.
Okay. Now let's come back to Aloysius here. Is it true that you heard some people shouting, "There is fire here"?
Yeah, within that same period, people shouted fire. But in the whole commotion, it was so spontaneous that within a twinkle, casualties were recorded. So really, there was. But I can't say exactly the particular person or the particular scene. But after the whole thing has settled down, part of that place they were frying akara. The particles of what they used there were there. I never knew whether
so
were burnt.
There was
nothing got burnt.
So there was no fire.
No single fire. That's why I said it's a false alarm.
It was a false alarm.
I mentioned what I said clearly. I said it's a false alarm. There was no fire.
Okay, so if you say
there was no fire.
From your perception, it was false alarm. Did you at any point in time get the feeling or perception that some people did this, and those people might have been members of a specific political parties.
I wouldn't say to mirror.
It's just your thought.
Yeah.